Crane Boy, written by Diana Cohn and illustrated by Yumi. Every October, I wait for the black-necked cranes to return. The birds fly over the highest mountains in the world to winter in the soft, wet fields of the Fobjika Valley, where I live. Here they grow fat, eating worms, slugs, and the falling grains from the buckwheat we harvest each year. I want to be the first to see the cranes. I look out my classroom window and shout, "Look, the cranes!" My teacher sighs, "Kinga, that's only a flock of crows." Another day I see black specks in the sky, "The cranes!" My friend Pima laughs and says, "They're pigeons, Kinga." Day after day I wait for the birds that we call trung trung, with their long necks and their loud squawking calls. "They're here," I shout. Pima calls, "Yes, I see them too." Everyone runs to the window. The cranes circle the golden roof of the monastery, where monks chant prayers for the well-being of all living things. They fly over the crane center where Cato works. He is called the caretaker of the cranes. Cato tells us about these birds that have visited Bhutan for thousands of years. Long ago, many more cranes came to our valley, but this year we counted only 203, he says. His eyes are sad. But the more we learn to care for them, the more we can help their numbers grow. To protect the cranes, we preserve our wetlands so that they have enough to eat, Cato says. But we need to find more ways to help them, for they are our brothers and sisters. What can I do to help? That night, I tell my family about Kadu and the cranes. Grandmother says, "Trung Trung brings us good luck for our crops." For hundreds of years, Mother says, artists have painted them on the walls of our houses and monasteries. Father finishes his buttered tea and says, "The cranes bring strength to those who love archery." I want to be a great archer like my father. At the village archery contest, he pulls back his bow until just the right moment, then lets the string go. Zing! When his arrow hits the target over 400 feet away, his team celebrates with a dance. They each stand on one leg, then turn and jump up and down, just like the cranes. "Wah!" they sing, thanking the cranes that have flown so far to bring the archers strength and good luck. Maybe there is a way I can help the cranes. The next day, I ask my class, if people come to our archery contest and to our festivals to see the monks dance, will they also come to a festival to see us dance for the cranes? Their faces shine yes. Our teacher says, we must ask the monks for permission because all festivals are held in their courtyards. Kuzazeng Paul La, we say, greeting the monks. Can you help us make a new festival with a dance for the cranes? A monk named Sangay says, our dances have been performed the same way for centuries, and each one takes hours of practice. He sees our disappointment, and his face slowly breaks into a smile. Dancing to tell stories is part of our tradition, he says. But before we can help you make a crane dance, you must first watch the birds and learn from them. We watch a crane standing on one leg, holding as still as a day with no wind. When I try to balance on one leg, I wobble and fall down. A crane throws back her head with her beak to the sun. Her black head has a spot of orange-red, the same color as the polished coral bead my mother wears around her neck to keep her safe. When the cranes bow down, jump up and flap their wings, I do the same. What if I had wings? Pima laughs and joins me, flapping her arms. Pima, I say, the cranes are almost as tall as we are. When we show the monks our crane movements, Sangay says, You are now ready to learn some dance secrets. The monks show us how to turn and spin on one leg and then the other. It's hard. I get so dizzy I have to sit down. Every day we practice. One afternoon, Sangay says, we sent invitations for the Crane Festival to every village in Bhutan. The morning of the festival, hundreds of people come in their finest clothes. The monks appear first in brilliant yellow silk costumes with animal masks on their heads. They dance barefoot, leaping, swirling, and beating their drums. Now it is our turn. When the cymbals sound, we walk to the center of the courtyard. What if I get dizzy and fall? What if I turn the wrong way and bump into Pima? I'm afraid I'll let everyone down. I listen to the music and wave my arms like wings up and down. I throw my head back and look up at the sky. I imagine flying. I balance on one leg, then spin in a circle with all the other dancers, turning and turning until I spiral up and up, lifted by the same air currents that lifted the cranes. I swirl higher and higher into the air until I float down to feel the ground beneath me. After the dances are over, we are surrounded by family and friends. Mother says, Kinga, I will call you Crane Boy. Cato says, Trung Trung are your true sisters and brothers. Then the guest of honor, the King of Bhutan, says, you have given our country a new festival. From now on, we will honor the cranes with your dances. When the days grow warm, the cranes return to their summer home in Tibet. There they will build their nests, lay their eggs, and have their babies. I chant prayers for their well-being as I watch them fly away until they are just little specks in the sky. Months will pass before I see the cranes again. I will be taller. When they return, I'll help Kedu count them. I know there will be more. Until then, I will practice turning and spinning so I can dance for them at the next Festival of the Cranes. And that's the end. I'll leave this open. You can pause the video and read through some of this extra information. If you read through this part here, it will help you with the setting of the story. And that's the end.